Welcome back to the online classes. Very good morning to all of you. Now, today we have to discuss about the line spectrum of hydrogen atom or origin of spectral lines. So, in the before class here we already discussed about the spectral lines, that means energy levels, how the energy it is going to distribute, it was already given, and also how much energy it requires to excite an electron from lower energy state to the higher energy state, and similarly how much energy it was released whenever the electron transition from that higher energy state to the lower energy state. So here this one is a diagram already what was explained previous class. So we know that actual formula E is equal to mE power 4 8 epsilon naught square h square divided by 1 by n square. For hydrogen atom, n is equal to 1 we have to take, and also z is equal to 1. If you are applying this, then we got En is equal to minus 13.6 divided by n square for hydrogen atom. So now for the first orbit, first stationary orbit, first non-radiating stationary orbit, we have E1 is equal to minus 13.6 divided by 1 square. Then what we got? Minus 13.6 electron volts. And now substitute n value 2 for the second orbit, then we got U2 is equal to minus 3.4 electron volts. And similarly for the third orbit, n is equal to 3, principal quantum number n is equal to 3 you have to submit. Then how much you got? Minus 13.6 divided by 3 square is equal to minus 1.51 electron volts. And similarly, if you want to determine the fourth energy state, how much energy it has means minus 13.6 divided by 4 square. Fourth orbit means 4 square. Then what we got? 0.85 electron volts and so on. Infinite energy state, how much energy it consists? E infinite is equal to minus 13.6 divided by infinite square, which gives the 0 electron volts. So here in this manner we have to determine the energy levels corresponding to that electron where it is revolved around the nucleus. Now we have to discuss about that the line spectrum of the hydrogen atom or hydrogen spectral lines, that means origin. Origin of the spectral lines means with that of this one how we have to determine the wavelength values. Already Balmer has given the empirical formula. 1 by lambda is equal to r into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. That only we are following in the previous class. We determined the wavelengths, different wavelengths in the spectrum we defined. Now the Balmer has given the formula. So what it is with the comparison of the empirical formula of the Balmer with comparison of the Bohr. Now we are discussing about that. Right. Now, according to third postulate, so Bohr's third postulate, according to Bohr's third postulate, what we come to know here? Whenever the electron transition from that higher energy state to the lower energy state, then the energy released, how much energy released? The energy is equal, the released energy is equal to the difference between the energy states, that is E is equal to E of difference EI. So this much of energy may acquired or may released in order to get the excitation state of the electron from one orbit to that another orbit. Right. So here in this one we know that the E value, how much we get? mE power 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square h square n square. Now that only we are finding. Okay. So for this one only here, right? So this one is E1 and this one is E2 and this one is E3 and here this one is E4 and so on. This one is the outermost orbit infinite. Like that here. Now, whenever the electron transition from So this one is the initial energy state and here this one is the final energy state. So then here you may take, so it releases the energy, then energy E is equal to, according to second postulate here you may take, so that EF so that EF minus EI. Now according to third postulate we are, now EF means value substitute, E nothing but H nu, so E is equal to H nu of energy here gas. So now EF, you have to substitute this one, me power 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square H square, how much it is, NF square, minus EI means again in the formula N replaced by Ni. Then what we got? Me power 4 8 epsilon naught square H square Ni square. Now in this one the common factor is Me power 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square H square. So that only H nu is equal to Me power 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square H square 1 by NF square. So that here this one is the formula, E is equal to minus Me power 4 is there here, minus. So that's why here this one is minus and minus of this one is minus. Then what we got here? Minus NF square, minus of minus plus means 1 by Ni square we got here. So H nu is equal to, we know that here, nu is equal to, so C is equal to nu lambda and nu is equal to C by lambda. Here this is the formula, in place of nu we may use. Then what happened here? H nu means, how we have to write? H C by lambda is equal to Me power 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square H square. So 1 by Ni square I am writing and minus 1 by NF square. Then 1 by Ni square minus 1 by NF square. So this one is the formula. From this I want the wavelength calculation. Why? Because the spectral lines, each line how much wavelength we have, that only we are calculating. The lambda value we are calculating. That's why the lambda value 1 by lambda is equal to H by C here numerator. On the other side it will be converted into the denominator. So now this will be written as right. So 1 by lambda is equal to, here C by lambda, that means 1 by lambda HC. In the numerator is Me power 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square, 8 epsilon naught square. Already H square is there, H square into H. How much we got? H cube and also C. Add, here multiplied by C. Then 1 by Ni square, 1 by Ni square minus 1 by NF square. So you may take Ni means N1, NF means N2, whatever it may be here, the same result we got. So otherwise here you may write like that. Now 1 by lambda is equal to Me power 4 8 epsilon naught square H cube C into 1 by Ni square minus 1 by NF square. Where Ni is the initial orbit, that means the inner orbit, whereas NF is the final orbit. Like this here we have to take. Now this will be compared with that of the Balmer. So this is the Bohr explanation about that one. Now we are taking that already in our previous classes in the Balmer series already we had taken. So according to Balmer, John Jacob Balmer, what the empirical formula has given? 1 by lambda is equal to 1 by lambda is equal to R into 1 by Ni square minus 1 by NF square. This is, otherwise 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square, that is also no Balmer here, right? So now you compare. Let us suppose here this one is the first expression and then this one is the second expression. This second expression is called as Balmer formula. The first expression is called as the Bohr's formula. Both are equal or not? Just we have to compare. Now we compare both of them. 1 by lambda, 1 by lambda. In place of r, me power 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square h cube c it is there. And 1 minus square minus 1 minus square, both here it is correct. Now in place of r here we have to subtract. So by comparing 1 and 2, what we have here? So that r in place of r, what we get here? R is equal to me power 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square h cube c. Now within this one here the values is submit. What that values here? M means mass of the electron. So 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg and E 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joules whole power 4 divided by 8 into epsilon naught square, that means 8.856 into 10 power minus 12 whole square and h cube means 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 into c into 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second. So if you submit all these values, then the r value how much we got means 1.03 into 10 power 7 we got. But actually according to the Balmer, the value of r here, how much it is? R is equal to 1.097 into 10 power 7. So this one is the theoretical formula as given by the Balmer. Now this is the, with respect to the expression, the Bohr has given the formula R is equal to how much you got? 1.03 into 10 power 7. That's why both are coincide to each other. That's why it proved that it is giving the correct explanation for the spectral series. And by means of this formula only here we have to determine the different wavelengths in the spectra. Right. So therefore R is equal to 1.097 into 10 power 7. We may follow according to Balmer. Why? Because Balmer Rydberg constant value and with that of expressions Bohr also getting the approximately the same value. Hence it was proved. So this is about the origin of the spectral lines. Now here we have to solve one problem. So that example 12.5 is given here. This one is a 10 kg satellite. So let us suppose here this one is the satellite. So mass of the satellite how much given? 10 kg. So a 10 kg satellite circles Earth. So let us suppose here this is going to circle around the Earth. Here Earth was given. Circles the Earth once every 2 hours. So once every 2 hours means here it was started. In order to get one revolution, here it is getting the time period t is equal to 2 hours was given. That means it was given mass of the satellite was 10 kg and also the time period how much was given? 2 hours. 2 hours converted into the seconds. 2 hours means 60 minutes and minute means 60 seconds. Then t is equal to 7200 seconds. Likewise here. So a 10 kg satellite circles Earth once every 2 hours in an orbit having a radius. So the orbit size how much given? R is equal to 8,000 kilometers has given. So therefore radius is equal to 8,000 kilometers. Kilo means 10 power 3 meters. What was given here? 8,000 into 10 power 3 means 8 into 10 power 6 meters. Like press here, you take. And next, here it was given the condition. Assuming that Bose angular momentum postulate. What the Bose angular momentum postulates? N is equal to mvr is equal to nh by 2. So the revolving electron around the nucleus in such a orbit in which the angular momentum of the orbit is equal to integral multiples of h by 2 pi. In that orbits only it is non-radiating energy. So that was given. This is the second postulate. So now we have to apply this one. By means of application only you have to solve this problem. In this one here it was given. And next, so assuming that Bose angular momentum postulate applied to the solution. Now applied to the satellite. Now just as it does to an electron in the hydrogen atom, find the quantum number of the orbit of the satellite. Just you assume, for example, if the electron is revolved around the nucleus in the hydrogen atom, just you compare with that of this one. So electron nothing but satellite and earth nothing but nucleus. Then angular momentum nothing but L is equal to mvr is equal to h by 2 pi. Then he asked n how much it is. So in which orbit with the comparison of the hydrogen atom. So n value, principal quantum number, how much it is he asked n. So now from this one n is equal to how we have read n is equal to this one. So 2 pi mvr 2 pi mvr divided by nh. So this is the formula we need. So first of all, whatever the problem has given, first it will be converted to the diagram. From the diagram, just you understand. So in the diagram, everywhere the solution is there here. Now perfectly you apply what the principle he asked. Then our aim is to determine n value. So in front of us the formula is there. Now submit those values into this one. Then okay, now you see here. In this one, 2 we know that, and pi value 3.142, and mass of the satellite 10 kg, and v means still not given, and r means it was given here 8 into 10 power 6, and then n value to be determined, and here h means Planck's constant. Now we concentrate to determine the v value. So therefore we determine the v value first of all. So let us suppose here this one is the first expression. Now how we have to determine the v value? So let us suppose here this one is the earth and this one is the electron, nothing but the satellite. Then here is the radius means the time period was given. Then what about the velocity formula? We already know about it. T is equal to the time taken per one revolution. Time taken for one revolution is 2 pi r divided by v. Time is equal to distance traveled by the electron per one revolution divided by the velocity of the electron. So here velocity of the satellite. Now 2 pi r by v, you apply like that. So already t has given. Now we have to submit we have to determine the given. Therefore v is equal to 2 pi r divided by v. So from this one 2 into 3.142 into, so small r value how much we got here? So the radius 8 into 10 power 6 divided by v. So you mean the t. So the time period how much has given here? So 70 to 100 seconds, 7200 seconds. So by substitution all these values, how much you get air velocity? V is equal to 7 into 10 power 3 meters per second. So whenever we have to determine the value of V, this will be 2. So 2 in 1 implies. Then how much you got? So therefore the quantum number n is equivalent to 2 pi mvr. 2 pi. So directly here I am submitting those values. 2 into 3.142 into m, mass of the satellite 10 kg, into v, velocity 7 into 10 power 3 into r value. So radius of the orbit was given 8 into 10 power 6 whole divided by, how much has given? 2 pi mvr divided by h. That means 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 joules second has given here. So by simplification we got n is equal to 5.3 into 10 power 45. So in this manner here we have to calculate the n value. So this one is the example problem 12.5 in our NCERT textbook. Thank you very much.